Here they are, examples of questions. These are the examples of questions that we may be asking. These ones are very obvious. I've tried to formulate them like without context dependency, and of course, while we have some common structure for all interviews, we also make corrections. We can go slightly different according to candidate experience. The core is that we try to understand usual patterns that person use. So question often are formulated in like behavior mode. Let's take like this first one, learn value. Like tell us about the time you felt that you lacked some skills to do your job at a really good level. Like what was it? How you approached the situation? What results did you get? So, like it's classic STAR method of asking people things, like getting the context, like what was the situation, getting the information about like how you approached the problem, and like what result did you get, like what it resulted in. So like pretty much every question like in this doc right now is formulated by these like rules. And we also try to like formulate our questions. Of course, they are in more humane form. Like we're like doing some cases, like let's like you probably encountered such a situation in your job experience, in your work experience, when you had some some tasks when both you and your colleague have different solutions to one problem, and you had to like choose just one. Like what was it? How did you get to the compromise? What you actually chose? How everything worked out? So like we try to like deep into the past and understand what person actually did, like what methods he practices.
I'm sorry to jump into one practical questions I have in my mind. You have 4 core values. What if, for example, it's not enough time during the interview to check all 4? What do you do? Do you do like some excludes or some, I don't know? It's okay for you not to check everything?
Well, you know, we have the whole hour for culture interview. It's hard not to check all 4.
Okay.
We may go deep on like, I don't know, for example, like 3 of them and not really deep with one. But okay. Yeah, anyway, we usually are able to cover all 4.
Are there any like changes in structure of this cultural interview when you hire for a managerial position, not for like individual contributors, but as the managers? Are there any like measure parts or more?
Can you maybe ask me once again? I probably like lost.
If you interview manager, not the individual contributor, are there any measure changes in the interview flow?
No. Yes, there is, but we still assess the culture. Like first, in this case, we also have 2 interviews. The first one is kind of culture professional interview with other engineering managers or directors. And we also have team interview. So like a team itself can like look at the future manager and see like if they have this mutual fit. But anyway, like hiring managers under culture fit is even more important than hiring individual contributors, because like they are influencing the team that like heavily.
Make it with us.
Yeah, I'd say the bar for managerial roles and leadership roles is higher. So if for ICs and individual contributors, like let's say we have 2 of the values like awesome and 2 like just neutral, nothing negative, we're okay with this. We're totally okay with this. For the manager, the bar will be higher. We would love to see like 4 out of 4 with some really great highlights and like 2 or 3 of them.
Okay, another question while 3 of us on the scene. Oh, Mick, you left us. How do you actually evaluate the answers? Do you have some trainings for hiring managers, for recruiters themselves? And are there any like written triggers? Pay attention to that. oh, here are the red flag, here's the green flag. Are there any some kind of trainings and also documented things in the company?
Frankly, we've got a slide about this in the end, so I can tell it right now, or can jump back, but frankly, you are already in this training. This is what we tell our managers. This is what we tell the hiring managers.
Okay. I got just a lot of questions about that in chat. So, okay, let's...
Yeah, we'll get into details later.
Thanks.
Sure.
And I have thanks from Stanislav here in chat. That's just a quick read from the chat. We have technical first and then cultural interview, and it was really hard to reject strong engineers after cultural. It's always a tough decision. So doing cultural interview first makes so much sense to me. So thanks to you. You already make maybe some changes in other companies as well by today's webinar. Thanks, guys.
This, that's nice. That's nice. I didn't realize that we may be biased this way, because our rationale was that we do a lot of tech and then reject on the culture side. So let's put the most limiting factor first. But yeah, it's also great for the bias. Nice catch, Stanislav.
Okay, let's go further.
Okay.